Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Speed Gaming 4. This is the 2021 The Legend of Zelda Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament. And today, ladies and gentlemen, the Crystal Company is taking over Speed Gaming 4. I am Phantom Ryu here with Jex Refi. Jex, we got TjMaelstrom and Qirn. Game 2. What do we got going on here today? What can our viewers expect to see?
Well, they can expect some rando action, and I think what you're wanting me to say is to pull my Brent Musburger impression and say that you are looking live at a bunch of nerds about to play rando.
He said the thing. And we are off. We have a red meringue in the first chest. Red meringue is best meringue. I will die on this hill.
Blue meringue is best meringue. I don't care. Red pendant at Eastern, red crystal at Hera, normal crystal at Desert.
That was quick. So we have an early check here of the map, and that will, of course, put Qirn a little bit behind TjMaelstrom. But in the grand scheme of things, TJ is almost certainly going to check the map himself. So we have the wrong cane. It's the wrong cane.
The wrong cane for you. I will say I prefer the other cane for Escape 2, but Burner can get it done. You just have to be very judicious with it.
Indeed. So we do have a question from chat. The prize packs. Do rats and guards share the same prize pool? No, they do not. The guards and the snakes share the same prize pack, but the rats have a separate prize pack. So.
Yep.
Meanwhile, as we move in here, again, just go ahead and remind everybody, if you have not been tuning in to the 2021 tournament so far, and shame on you if you have not, I'd like to remind everybody that this is the hard standard rule set. Jex, give the viewers a taste of what that means.
So what that means is that you're not going to be finding Butter Sword, you're not going to be finding Mirror Shield, you're not going to find any mail upgrades, you're not going to find any silver arrows, and the most you're going to get is 14 hearts. And other than that, pretty much just the same.
And those particular strictures were chosen because they mimic the items that you will get in a NMG, No Major Glitches, run of the vanilla game. You don't pick up any mail upgrades in the vanilla game. You don't pick up swords for the speed run. So this is kind of like that flavor, a speed run flavor for this particular tournament.
Yep. And still with this tournament, we still go with standard mode, randomized weapons. So we saw the worst one most people prefer, which is Cane. Well, Bomb Strats is the worst next to Cane of Burna. Oh, there's a nice rod.
Yeah, that rod is very nice, not just for the fact that it is the nice rod, but also for the fact that in the event that Turtle Rock is a crystal, we know we are not going to get the famous true ice rod hunt in this particular seed. But Jex, when the ice rod is that early, what does that usually mean?
It usually means ice rod's a pendant, or Turtle Rock's a pendant. Words hard. Both runners using the boomerang to stun the green guard.
Interesting. Through. We'll see if... Go ahead.
Oh, no, that's fine. Just gets through, and go ahead. Continue on.
Now, I was thinking maybe TJ or Qirn were going to use the stunned guard to determine what our stun prize is in this game, because the stun prize is randomized. In the vanilla game, it's a single rupee, but here it could be 20 rupees. It could be bombs. It could be a fairy. It could be hearts. So... sometimes that knowledge of what the stun prize is can be very helpful.
Mm-hmm. What's also very helpful was TJ got a full magic decanter drop. So he's got a full magic meter so that once he gets to those snakes or the rats, I don't know if we're on the mixed prize pack or the arrow pack with the guards. But either way, TJ's going to have a lot more time to be able to farm through those low-level enemies, where Qirn, I mean, he's basically, at this point, there's a couple magic pots in the sewers, but other than that, at this point, he gets it. So both of them have the full magic now.
Yeah, Qirn probably using those pots there to determine which prize pack. Does not look like the guards have bombs, so it looks like our runners are going to have to check the rats and hope for bombs there.
which will be good because there's after the Dark Cross room, there's a place in the upper right corner where a lot of rats congregate, so you can just turn the Cane of Burna on, and it'll take care of all of those real fast, and you won't have to waste too much magic trying to farm through them.
So TJ, check it. There's the 8-bomb drop. TJ gets it, and so does Qirn.
So that was the mixed pack.
I sit corrected. That was the correct prize pack. As I said, the guards and the ropes, aka snecks, do share the same prize pack, and yeah, our runners are not going to need any more now. And this is going to give them plenty of bombs to get through Kakariko Village as well.
Absolutely. And so now both runners will just need to take care of the key rat, the true boss of the escape sequence. Why am I having such trouble with words right now?
Because you're intimidated sharing the microphone with the greatest Link to the Past randomizer commentator out there. That is why.
I tend to think it's dinner. Anyway.
That could be true, yeah.
Piece of Heart, Hyrulean Andrew Jackson, and a hammer.
Yeah, nice to have the hammer here. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Fun fact for those who've been following along with me. The Hyrulean Andrew Jackson, I got that from TJ. But when I got it from him, he was too drunk to remember he gave me that little name.
We'll also be invoking TjMaelstrom later on when somebody visits Hype Cave. But let's see what we have in the last chest here. It's just a pizza fart. So, and as you see, Qirn with his movement, even though he did the map check earlier on, has actually surpassed TjMaelstrom by a couple of seconds here.
So from here, both runners are going to head over to the Lost Woods Kakariko area. TJ's going up, so that means he will most likely be checking... Or nope, he's just doing a head fake and going to Lost Woods just like Qirn is.
Yeah, a lot of runners will skip the lumberjack check because unless they have boots, because until boots are in logic, you can't even get what's that lumberjack anyway. So, and there's the bow, archer class selected, and the book, both in the Lost Woods.
That would make Eastern be a very interesting play, but because of that book being where it is, we're getting a pedestal check.
Don't blame either runner for doing this now. It is and it's going to be blue goo in a bottle. So there's one bottle out of the pool. Now, the hard standard item pool, you can still get all 4 bottles. But the point is, that is a huge peace of mind for our runners. They do now know that they do not have to complete all the pendant dungeons.
Wait, you're telling me the randomizer is not evil enough to put 3 bottles in GT and force that bottle to be where the cane is?
I mean, it could. But this isn't a Plando.
This is true. I've seen some seeds be worse than Plandos, though. Alright, meanwhile, Qirn is going to go into the well. Gonna start his escape run from there. There's the fantastic footwear. And there's a bottle, so rip the pedestal dream.
It was so briefly and yet so passionately lived, but the dream is dead.
Okay, TJ's now going to get into Blind's hut. Qirn's probably going to catch up with him because of those boots. But so far, just cash. We got what are those and water toes all in one.
And so that will put Hobo and Waterfall Fairy in logic now, which is interesting. But all right, will it? Yes, it will because of the whirlpool. Interesting to see how that is routed for here. Yeah, definitely. As it says, as the chat is saying, time for Zora farming. You may want to do that here, although it is a little bit more difficult to route into Houlihan Room to farm rupees easily once you have the boots and the flippers, but it can certainly be done.
Yep. Instead of doing the normal route where you just jump into the water without flippers a few times and get the lineup wrong, instead what you do is you go to... Oh, wait. You could go to Graveyard and go through that hole. The problem is Dingus, and I'm the Dingus. You need a glove to lift the rocks to do that. Qirn, you getting $100 though from turning in that gold bee.
Yeah, that's something you don't see very often in Rando, but yeah, if you let that good bee loose near the bottle vendor, he will give you 100 rupees for it. Pretty smart stuff there from Qirn.
Simultaneous stick grab.
So we're looking now at needing a glove and the moon pearl for Dark World access already.
So do you risk Eastern? Pendant Eastern, but you've got the bow.
So it's one of those things that you look at, it's like, well, the game gave me the bow really early. It was one of my first items. So will there be progression in a pendant dungeon? Not only that, it's quick to check because there are 3 checks at Sahasrah's closet that you're going to make anyway, and they're available to you from the beginning of the game. So it's not too far out of the way. Qirn looked like he was going to go check Lumberjacks, but then remembered, hey, wait a minute, there are bonk rocks right here.
I think that's what he was intending to do. And gets bombs from said bonk rocks. TJ is doing Mini Trolldorm Cave, and with the book, I wouldn't be surprised if this is him going from east to west in order to go to desert.
I wouldn't either. It's particularly with boots, you can quickly run over and check the desert ledge, which is available to you with the book. There's Bombos in Mini Moldorm Cave. The Hoarder there dropping bombs. There's a sword and the Moon Pearl. TJ with hitting the jackpot there in Mini Moldorm Cave, but I'm certain Qirn will be there shortly, and just a full heart on Lumberjack Ledge.
And as I expected, TJ heads west.
Go west, young man.
Qirn, meanwhile, is going to Sahasrah and to Eastern, though.
Can't say I blame him for that play. And just to point out in the chat, Zeph mentioning I wouldn't check Eastern here. Lamp still needed for logical check. Only for 2 checks in Eastern. But since they have it, they could go ahead and do it because the first few chests in Eastern are not locked behind the lamp. Let's see. Sazra's Closet has stickers, and more stickers. Not like adhesive stickers, but like, stickers in the enemies. Because heroes do.
Another TjMaelstrom thing. This Sahasrah's hut brought to you by stickers. You can stick them on things, and they can brighten things up. They can also make things look ugly. Stickers.
So, question in the chat. The boss of Eastern Palace is not logically lamp lock, is it? Yes, but... okay, have been fixed it. Fix that in the chat. Yeah, it is fire locked in some way. It can be in logic without the lamp if you have the fire rod, because there is an easy way to light the torches in those rooms with the fire rod. Gina not amounting to much. We're about to see Desert Ledge, and Desert Ledge is the powder. Yeah, TJ's gonna get that.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get that. And while we've been hyping up our friend TjMaelstrom, we should also point out that we are both professional commentators here. Also, Qirn's also our friend, so this is just friendly. We're not biased in any way. We're happy to see either one of our friends win.
That's why we say the Crystal Company is taking over Speed Gaming 4. So Qirn checking Ice Rod Cave here while TJ goes through Desert. Nothing doing in Desert. Nothing doing in Ice Rod Cave either. Just $20. Although I expect Qirn to set up. Yep, he's setting up a water walk here.
Mm-hmm. And not that it mattered because we got boots super early, but it was in fact a boots lock desert.
Yes. So Desert is a crystal. TJ's not going to be able to complete it without a fire source or a glove. We have a piece of heart on Lake Hylia Island, and Qirn going to take his zoomies all the way over to the hobo.
I think TJ's going to pick up the powder and then run over and do the east side. Ooh, there is the glove. That is our Dark World access.
It is indeed, and that kind of puts Qirn in the driver's seat here. For the moment. Anything can change in a rando race.
This is still way too early.
Absolutely. Yep, Qirn gonna hit the Dark World here. Trekkers, be prepared. We are almost certain to get a map check. And there it is.
Pendant Thieves Town, Pendant Swamp Palace, 5-6 Crystal at Skullwoods. TJ will not be happy. He hates Pendant Thieves Town. But, it's Johnny Two Bombs time.
It is. We are at Johnny Two Bombs Speakeasy over here. Johnny Two Bombs got the hookup.
The secret is the explosive behind the back handshake.
Indeed. And that's gotta be Kane! That's gotta be Kane! Kane of Samaria in Johnny Two Bombs Speakeasy.
And Cape.
TJ has got to get over to the hobo, and with the bow and the hammer, Qirn can certainly complete pod at this point. We know at this skill level, runners do not need the lamp at all to complete dark dungeons.
Lamps? Where we're going, we don't need lamps.
Thank you, Doc Brown.
Meanwhile, TJ is going to go check that powder. We got one stick on the pyramid ledge.
All right, what is the bat gonna have today? It is awake and piece of heart. All right, not much there.
No, not much. The big question at this point is when is TJ gonna go to hobo?
Well, he is running out of overworld checks here at the moment, so I imagine it will be soon. However, TJ is heading from Sanctuary. He's already checked Bonk Rock, so perhaps he's going to check Lumberjack right now. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Meanwhile, Qirn entering pod. Oh no, TJ is taking a whirlpool. Okay, quick traversal over to Ice Rod Cave. I don't know why. I did not think of that.
I'm not gonna lie. As I've been commentating this tournament a bit, there's a lot of things that I'm like, oh, hey, that's a thing I didn't know about.
You gotta believe TJ is going to hobo now. Slips up a little bit. So I don't think TJ will have any problems with me saying this, but TJ won their first game, and I think honestly, I think he'll admit this. He was a little intimidated by Qirn because Qirn is pretty much a legend in the Link to the Past randomizer community has discovered a lot of tech that we use today, a lot of the glitches that we use, and you know, some of these slip ups here, I got to think are attributed to nerves because yeah, I think TJ's a little bit nervous about playing against Qirn,
especially because Qirn found that hook shot in pod while you were saying that. So Qirn is just picking up progression piece after progression piece.
Yeah, this is Qirn's made all the right plays so far. I have never seen anyone hammer dash off of that ledge, and to the life of me, I cannot figure out why I never thought about that. Whoa! I have also never seen that glitch that he just used to not have to hit the crystal switch. Remember how I said that Qirn has innovated a lot of the glitches and tricks that we use today?
Mm-hmm. So we got a Master Sword, a blue meringue, and blue potion. This waterfall of wishing brought to you by Blue Things, because blue is the color of losers, while red is the color of winners. Blue Things.
That is the opinion solely of Jex Referee and not endorsed by SpeedGaming or the Crystal Company. Meanwhile, TJ has found the Master Sword, which is quite nice, and let's see what the purveyor extraordinaire of life lessons, King Zora himself, has to say today to our runners.
He says that there once was a fish named Zora who gives you flippers in vanilla. In Rando, he sucks for $500. We did this stupid trick for tempered sword. What?
Now that's really nice. So that tempered sword from TJ, and I wonder if Qirn will even go back up there, unless he is last locationing an item from here on out. I don't know that Qirn would necessarily go back there to the Zora area. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition, and no one expects two swords in Zora area.
No, they don't. No, they don't. I mean, the only way I could see it happening is if Qirn were to get nearer, either late or get nearer soon, and kind of route the whole North Dark World checks together. That's really the only way I would see him try to do that.
So, did TJ get his glove? He did get his glove. Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
The tracker software eats inputs.
Indeed it does. And so now TJ is going to be terribly upset because he hates it when Thieves' Town is a pendant. And even worse, it is a green pendant. Qirn taking a death. I was watching TJ's screen. I have to assume that if Qirn took a death in pod, it was likely a death warp.
Yep, it was. He got both items in the Dark Maze, and now he's getting set up to go take on Helmisar. TJ, meanwhile, getting Swagnet in Skullwoods, which would be the first of the two items there.
Everyone loves the Swagnet. Now, what I will say is that these runners are both very, very good. But going into Helmisar with 4 hearts is a little worrying. Helmisar is usually, it's not one of those bosses that you think of that, oh my god, this boss is challenging. It's not like it's Cold Stare or Vitreous. But Helmisar can put a hurting on you if you're not paying attention. So Qirn's gonna have to be a little bit careful here. Both are runners with very low hearts. This seed has been generous on items, but not so generous on love.
I mean, you're talking about Helmisar. You also need to consider the room before it. When you have the 6 turtles that they're going to have to basically use the hammer to try to get to. And with those turtles not being visible, like, it's easy, but it's also possible that it can get dicey in a hurry.
Indeed it can. Qirn doing a good job so far. There's 1 hit. There's 2 hits. Oh boy, this is getting close.
This is not a counting game I endorse.
No, but he does have Burna, but Berna's not really going to help because he has to switch over the hammer to flip them over, but it will give them him an idea of where they are. But no, there it goes.
Press F to pay respects.
Indeed. TJ's still looking around in Skull Woods, waiting to get grabbed by the ceiling master. I can't call him a wall master. He comes out of the ceiling. But I don't believe TJ has found both items yet in Skull Woods, but I think he has found all he can find right now without the fire rod.
Yep.
So Qirn is going to orphan Helmasaur King right now and head up the mountain. Don't blame him, but if TJ does not have to double dip pod like that, that could be an advantage for him as well. But Qirn is going to head up the mountain, and with that hook shot is going to be able to check all of East Death Mountain as well.
Now we should point out, logically, this is a sequence break because the logic setup that we're using for this tournament assumes that you don't know how to do dark rooms. Again, our runners in this tournament know how to do dark rooms, but the logic, on the other hand, assumes you can't. So we're considering all of this out of logic until we find either the lamp or the flute.
Indeed. Meanwhile, TJ staying in logic and heading into Thieves Town. I would imagine TJ's probably just going to check the first 4 here and nope out, but you never know. That green pendant is rather enticing as Qirn finds $20 inside Spectacle Rock Cave.
There's a small key, so we shall see. Item. TJ doth protest a bit, but he's going.
This could be a huge... Oh. Is he going down there? He's going down there.
He's gonna go and full clear this.
I wouldn't. There's the Spaceballs reference. Any rate, this could be big here because if there is an item sitting here deep in Thieves Town, given the item loadout that our runners have here, it might be something that somebody waits for because we have so much already.
Mm-hmm. But again, like that hook shot helps, but without either mirror or Death Mountain access, the hook shot doesn't really give us any progression at this point. It helps, but other than that...
Oh, that helps!
That helps a little bit.
Qirn was so excited about finding the mitts that he messed up the bomb jump. An uncharacteristic execution error for Qirn.
TJ being careful with 4 hearts, those crickets will take half your health. So being careful.
So overpowered. Why? Why are they so overpowered?
Because it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th dungeon in a 12 dungeon game, and enemy progression, kind of a thing, maybe. I don't know.
But they're crickets, man.
Don't ask me to explain what Japanese people were thinking 30 years ago when they were making this game.
All right, so Qirn's going to be able to check the tablet here. He's not going to be able to get the item, but it's just 3 bombs, so I don't think Qirn cares. The Tower of Hera is a crystal dungeon, so Qirn will be completing this one. So far, Pendant Thieves Town not playing out for TJ here.
Okay, we have 1 item. We are fire locked out of Hera, but again, is that going to stop any of our runners? No, because they're just going to use Herapot to get up there. And actually, pretty good that we already found 1 item. So that you've got a good chance that you're gonna find the second item up here and avoid having to come back with the fire source.
And as Zeph is rightfully pointing out in the chat, Qirn Herapotted last game and skipped the Tower of Hera big chest, which was the determining factor of the last game. So,
but today it's not going to be an issue because, again, there's that second item.
Yep. So nothing important in Hera other than that crystal. Meanwhile, TJ takes out Blind.
Nothing in Thieves Town itself, but there's still that item on the green pendant with Sahasrara.
So see if, I would imagine Qirn will likely head into Spike Cave from here. It's right there. So let's see where this turns out. TJ finding Quack in the chest game. So we now have no mode for all 3 of our medallions.
And SpeedGaming Francais giving us a rate of 5. Thank you for coming by.
Merci, SpeedGaming Francais.
I only speak English and computers.
Bonsoir. Ou bonjour.
TJ forgetting that you can't get Jeremiah without Titan's Mitts. Qirn getting a 6th heart. It's amazing we're 30 minutes in and we're only still at 6 hearts at this point.
Yeah. Nicely done. And yeah, chat did point out I did make a mistake there. Yes, Qirn hitting Spiral Cave so that he doesn't... If he had done Spike, he would have completely isolated Spiral. I had forgotten he had not done Spiral Cave yet. And also now he's going, almost certainly going to head... He does have the mitts, so we now have Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny Cave left. He's going to check Turtle Rock here as well. So nice. Probably going to go ahead and open it if he can.
Might he go in?
Well, it wouldn't be a terrible option, although TJ did find the flute at the dig game, which is very nice. It wouldn't be a terrible option at this game because most of the time, if you don't have the fire rod and the fire rod isn't in Turtle Rock, it's going to be a short trip because you have to have the fire rod to get past one of the portions. But Qirn saying, nope, not going to try that right now. Too many options available to me at this point. I'm just going to drive on.
I mean, honestly, I would be doing Super Bunny Cave or Hookshot Cave anyway first, because if you find Fire Rod in those 6 chests, now you go from it being sketch to being full clearable. There's half magic. There's a piece of chivalry.
Yeah, and half magic, incredibly important in this hard standard item pool because you're going to have to do Silverless Ganon every single time. And so in the event that you don't find the lamp, having half magic makes that Ganon fight a whole lot more comfortable, and you don't have to worry about running out of magic too much. Let's see Hookshot Cave. We got a full heart here. Qirn saying, man, I wish I had this stuff earlier when I was trying to go fight Helmasaur. No progression in Hookshot Cave today.
Qirn is going to go into Turtle Rock. Now, again, if the sequence that we're looking for to be able to go farther into the dungeon is small key, big key, if we do not see that sequence, we're kicked out. Which is why I'm kind of okay with this, because if you find an item, great. That also means you're done, you're heading out.
And so TJ is heading into Pod. He has one more heart, and yeah, Qirn getting out, finds the red shield in the first chest, and Turtle Rock realizes, nope, I'm done, I'm out of here. So TJ is going to head to Pod. He has more hearts than Qirn did when he was here last time, and he has that tempered sword, which is going to really help with that turtle room. So TJ has a decent shot of full clearing Pod this time.
TJ also has that blue pot that he got from the Waterfall of Wishing. So he also has the health safety in case things get a little dicey in there. Meanwhile, Qirn is now going back to the dam. I imagine if he's either going to desert or he's gonna finish the Zora checks. Because once he got gloved hobo he noped out. Yep. So he gets his hoard of cash and then heads north. Or it just kind of makes a fool of me because he also has the shovel he could go check. Well,
I didn't even think about that. I thought he was going to take that whirlpool, but let us see. Shovel check is 10 stickers.
Tyler Salt asking, what's the story with the seeds so far? Well, Qirn had
Before you begin, Jex, let me just say, ladies and gentlemen, the story so far presented by Jex Ruffy. You may begin.
Okay. So both of our runners basically just had a normal Dark World access. Qirn went to pod early and got our hook shot, and then unfortunately died trying to go through Helmasar. TJ was a little bit behind getting the chained Dark World access, did Zora, and managed to get 2 swords at Waterfall of Wishing and at Zora himself. And Qirn's been up the mountain and doing a sequence break, and I think Qirn's now about to get them swords we were just talking about.
And making a liar out of me, because I surmised that based on the items that he had so far, he might skip this. However, the fact that he went up here to get a potion after that death in pod plays into this whole thing. He's like, I might want to go get a potion just in case, and since I'm there, there's 4 more checks I can make.
And now he's about to end up with a red sword.
TJ about to head down into the more difficult portion of pod. Difficult only because he does not have the lamp. But again, our runner's more than capable of doing it. Qirn just unfortunately just having some trouble with what is quite frankly the most difficult room to do in this dungeon, Dark, that 6 turtle room. And to answer the question from the chat, we do not believe so far that Thieves Town had any value. However, we have not turned in the green pendant yet, so we are uncertain. And also, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I've had Jex Ruffy do the story so far is because I am old, and my memory is not nearly as good as his, which is why I had to turn that over to Jex Ruffy.
I'm only like, what, 3-4 years younger than you?
I thought it was more like 5 or 6, but we can talk about that later.
Anyway, moving on. TJ's working on those turtles in that infamous Helmasar room. And Qirn, I think part of the reason why Qirn also went to go get the potion is because I think he's about to do Ice Palace.
I can't say I blame him. He's got the hook shot, he's got the Cane of Samaria, he can Icebreaker. And he's got a blue potion now, so plus half magic. That seems like a great decision to me.
That Shaggy Matt. Phantom is an old man, and Jex Ruffy had to guide him through the cave of recapping the race.
No lies detected. TJ taking the death, however, in the turtle room. So both our runners have fallen victim to that turtle room.
Something I didn't think about until just now as I was kind of reading through the chat, but with TJ finding the flute at Dig Game, that puts Death Mountain in logic. So
yes,
the Ether Titan's Mitts that Qirn got up there, it is now logic. So this Ice Palace play, at least for Qirn, is still in a sequence break, but for us, in kind of the global knowledge, we know that this is in logic.
So I imagine now TJ will likely head up the mountain where he will find his mitts. Probably will hit up Tower of Hera as well. And also in the recap, and I'm not trying to sharpshoot you here, but we also did confirm that Ped is dead. So that that Thieves Town pendant, if it turns out not to be anything, is certainly going to be a detriment to TJ because we know that Ped is dead.
Well, let's find out. Is it a detriment? Survey says.
Yep.
Yeah, well.
It depends, though. If Qirn gets to a location where he's searching for an item, that green pendant is terribly, terribly enticing. And yes, as Average Frustrated Gamer points out, yes, TJ's hate for Pendant Thieves Town certainly rising.
TJ is going to go ahead and go up the mountain. We'll get his Titan's Mitts and Ether. And probably do Hera and not find much else.
But however, Qirn not finding much so far in Ice Palace. Now, what are we looking for? We don't necessarily need the mirror because Swamp Palace is a pendant, but we need a fire rod and we need a flute. We have no mode for where all the medallions are, so that's basically all we're looking for right now is just the fire rod. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, because we know the flute's a digging game because TJ got it.
So wonder about that vanilla location. No. There was sticks at dig game, not shovel location.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That's all right. I was gonna say because we've been to Skullwoods, or I don't know, if both of them have been to. I think only TJ's been to Skullwoods.
Just TJ.
But we know that we're fire rod locked there, so we're not getting vanilla fire rod there. Mire is open. We've been to Turtle Rock, or Qirn has been to Turtle Rock and got kicked out. Meanwhile, Qirn about to do another potentially perilous boss fight with Cold Stare, because Cold Stare hugs are worth 4 hearts. So Qirn's got that blue pot, but again, another boss fight that can get dicey in a hurry.
Looks like he's got it taken care of, though. Very nice Cold Stare fight from Qirn. But unfortunately, Ice Palace not revealing the location of that tasty, tasty laser stick, which is the only thing we are looking for right now. That's also impressive, too. We're at 40 minutes, 1 item from Go mode.
I mean, I had my last race last night. We had Go mode at 32 minutes. Like, it was a god route. I, of course, lost and am now out of the tournament, but details.
At least you qualified. At any rate, let's move on. Qirn now going to check King's Tomb. This is a check we have not yet seen. It's all about that fire rod location at this point.
Quake was Village of Outcasts, for those asking in chat.
Nothing there in King's Tomb. Qirn gonna take this whirlpool. I forget where this whirlpool owns.
Swamp area.
Ah.
Think this is a desert play. The only thing it could be.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know TJ has already been there, and TJ has gone everywhere he could without a fire source. So this is not going to work out for Qirn. TJ setting up Hera Pot as well. Gets it.
Nicely done.
Qirn just taking the bomb damage. Now Qirn with 10 hearts. That is very nice for right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this so what do we have left that hasn't been checked? We can't even get into Swamp Palace at this point. Has anybody gone in? No, none of our runners have gone into Eastern, have they?
No. Nor have they gone into the Mire area.
Yeah. That would be interesting if the Fire Rod was sitting at Eastern Palace. When we were debating earlier about, do you go into Eastern Palace when you get the boot this early? Ladies and gentlemen, as our runners both go over territory that the other has covered, we'd like to remind you that if you're enjoying what you're seeing here today, and how could you not be, give these runners a follow here on Twitch. They are putting in hard work for your entertainment. And also, for all of the 2021 Legend of Zelda Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament action, make sure you follow SpeedGaming 1 through 6 here on YouTube, as well as ALTTPR Randomizer, as well as various other channels that are managing this tournament. This tournament is all over the world and is all over Twitch on so many different channels. It's just a testament to how popular not only this game is, but also how great this community is. So, as we continue here, man, this fire rod. How about that fire rod?
We're still looking for it. That Shaggy Matt asked about YouTube. Yep, there is a YouTube channel and a SpeedGaming YouTube channel where they have the VODs of the races from not just this tournament, but from tournaments past.
Indeed. All right, now TJ is going to open Turtle Rock as well now. I imagine that he, like Qirn, will also enter Turtle Rock.
I mean, the thing recently, some people debate how far recent is, but Turtle Rock seems to usually want to hide stuff.
Qirn was running back up, then realized, wait a minute, I don't have a fire source, so I can't finish this dungeon.
Nope.
So we have not seen either fire source here. Neither the lamp nor the fire rod, and my old man brain is trying to figure out if that impacts the logic at all so far. And obviously, it puts Pod out of logic at this point, but without the fire rod, Turtle Rock's not in logic. So, man.
Yeah, chat asking, yes, we have seen Flute at Digging Game. So that's why the mountain is in logic at this point. TJ was about to go into Turtle Rock, and then remembered he hasn't done Super Bunny Cave yet.
Yeah, I think Z-Fox in the chat has got the right of it. I'll bet you Lamp or Fire Rod is in Eastern Palace. So that was great that Crockett in the chat asked where was Shovel right as TJ picked it up. Oh yeah, chat bringing up, yeah, we do have Smith Chain in logic right now as well, which nobody likes to do a mirrorless Smith Chain.
You know what's something Qirn also forgot to do?
What is that?
There's also Spike Cave.
Indeed. Somebody might have mentioned that earlier. I don't know whom. But you're right, yes. That was not...
Who's the forgetful one now?
Yes.
Apparently TJ, because he's also... No, this might be pulling up the flute. No! This is a Spike Cave check.
Yep. So, Antisum, both of our runners have entered Pod, and both of them had significantly fewer hearts than they do right now, but both of them died in Turtle Room. So...
Oh, TJ forgot. TJ never checked inside Spectacle Rock, which is why he came up here, which is why he's now doing Spike Cave.
This could be huge if this is Fire Rod.
We shall see. If this is Fire Rod, this is go mode.
Yeah, I don't know how huge it will be because Qirn is up an entire dungeon right now. TJ still does have some catching up to do, but remember, Qirn has also not found that flute yet. But all of that speculation is moot because that was not the Fire Rod. Man. I'm like antsy. I'm antsy. Where is this fire rod? Because whoever finds it first is going to have a huge advantage.
Well, TJ's heading to ice. Let's see. Won't find it there.
Nope. Certainly will not.
So if you're Qirn at this point, you've pretty much checked almost everything but this area. Do you go ahead and do Thieves Town, or do you do the Smith Chain before you do Thieves Town?
That's a fantastic question. Probably left to runners better than me, because some of us are here commentating because we didn't even qualify for the tournament. So it's a valid point, but man, I don't even know how to begin to answer that question. Now, obviously, if you want to go density, you go Thieves Town, because that's 4 items plus the green pendant, right? But time-consuming wise, yeah.
So I qualified, but I went over. So in my less expert opinion, I think you do hammer pegs and get Jeremiah. Save and quit, do that. Then come back, do Thieves Town, and then go grab Lunchbox.
And that's what's funny too, is that a lot of times Rando puts you in situations like this, right? Where there is no definitive right or wrong answer. There is only which way do I go? And this is kind of what makes it exciting, is that you don't know what the right answer is going to be. But Qirn is in fact heading into Thieves Town. This is pretty good for TJ. If Qirn clears the dungeon, it will kind of put them a little bit more on an even keel. But you can't fault Qirn for making this decision here. As we talked about before, you're waiting on one item, just one item, and that green pendant is certainly tantalizing.
Especially because as I'm rewatching, what we saw earlier from TJ, you'll see some runners, if they get 2 or 3 items in the first 4 of Pendant Thieves Town, they'll bail. But they only got 1. So what you're essentially the appeal of the 4 items, or 5 in this case, most of them are in the back, which is why both TJ and Qirn decided to go ahead and just full clear the dungeon, because front 4 gave you nothing.
Right, and yet again, both of our runners tread over territory the other has completed. I also like to go ahead and shout out our tracker, B-Links, because the trackers are really the unsung heroes of these entire broadcasts, because the great thing about it is you don't have to wait for the commentators to recap what everybody's done. You can just look at the trackers and see where they are and get an idea of how close they are. It is one of the best value-added things you can do on a restream of a game of this nature, and our trackers really don't get enough credit for what they bring to the table to these broadcasts. So B-Links, thank you very much for your tracking services this evening.
All right, so TJ has Cold Start down.
Very nice fight, too. Both of them just a complete execution of Cold Stare.
All right, TJ, where are you going? Are you going Eastern, or are you going Meyer?
Again, it's one of those no terribly right answer, but he is definitely going Meyer.
Both have been to Hospital's hut. So this is a 4-item check, 2 in the shed, 2 potentially in Meyer, depending on. Well, no, you can finish Meyer.
Yes.
Just because. Well, no, fire source. You might not be able to get those 2 checks.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Yes, you could possibly It's possible you could complete the dungeon, but it's also possible that stuff would be locked. But TJ's saying, nope, I'm going in anyway. This is another decision that could end up being key, because Qirn is going to finish Thieves Town here, and if he turns in the green pendant right after this, Qirn might decide to go into Eastern. So if the answer is Eastern, that's going to give Qirn a huge advantage.
One way or another, these runners have basically gone back over what the other have done. And so now we're at this kind of inflection point where is it Meyer or is it Eastern? Because that's really all we've got left at this point.
And Smith Chain.
And Smith Chain.
And, chat bringing up, what if the mirror is in Misery Mire? Man, that could be great. It could also be a red herring, because the mirror opens up so many things, especially the monster that is Swamp Palace, right? And if there's nothing in Swamp Palace, that could be a huge detriment to whichever runner decides to go that way. So,
right,
doesn't mean it can't happen.
It doesn't mean it can't happen. Qirn's doing hammer pegs.
While TJ running around in Mire, finding another key there. And what do we have in hammer pegs? We have stickers.
Both runners have checked Turtle Rock. Both runners have gone in. First check was a red shield and kicked them both out. Qirn about to get his flute from the digging game.
Man, I'm like I said before, I'm like antsy here. Like every time one of our runners makes a check, I'm like, man, is this it? Is this it? Is this a fire rod?
Imagine being one of these runners. Qirn's TJ is playing for the brackets. Qirn's playing to keep his chance at the brackets alive and not head into the, I don't know what you call the 2-3 matchup, but the whatever the next match is, because with this group stage, 2 runners are going into the bracket stage, 2 runners are going home. The nice thing about this being the winner's bracket is that even if you lose this match, you're not done yet.
TJ heading east. TJ has not done King's Tomb yet, so we're going to check King's Tomb.
And looks like we got kicked out of Mire. I wasn't really paying attention. But
yeah, no big key. And no fire source means TJ had to nope on out of there. All right, where is Maelstrom going here? You got to think he's going to Eastern. Yep, absolutely.
That's what he's doing. He's going to go finish Pod. And without the mirror, can't then mirror and do Eastern. So this is a go ahead and finish up Helmassar, get that done, and then see where we go from there. Did either runner check Catfish?
No.
Oh, so we have Catfish too.
Oh, wow. Qirn. That's right. He did just get his flute. So, well, TJ making a bold move here. I believe there is an item left in Pod. And as chat pointed out, imagine Fire Rod on Helma. Credit to Shady Force for that. But, ooh, God, that would be dirty.
Quick interjection with Qirn activating that flute. The Hawk's about to rock, and we salute you.
Oh, I did not realize that TJ did not full clear the rest of Pod. All right. No fire rod. Still, man. Wow. Does Turn go back for Lunchbox? Nope, he's going to Mire.
He's going to get the same disappointment that TJ got.
What's that smell? It's the smell of crushing disappointment.
Yeah, Pedestal's dead. It is a bottle of blue goo today.
Yep.
TJ got a blue potion from the Waterfall of Wishing Fairy. He just hasn't used it.
TJ gonna hammer yump here? I know TJ can hammer yump, so. I have no expertise in hammer yump, so I have no way to know whether or not TJ has this right or not. But TJ, I was about to say, TJ is pretty good on the execution front, so.
I can do it through pause buffering. That's how I prefer to do it.
I have never even tried, so.
I mean, it takes a bit, but once you learn it, you can get it. It's not that hard.
Then I'd have to relearn how to do Dark Maze backwards. I know how to do it forwards.
You know what's funny is my first tournament was the Key Sanity tournament. So like Hammer Yump is one of like the first things I learned, and I actually learned how to do this Dark Maze from backwards to where I actually prefer to do it backwards as opposed to forwards.
Yeah, did Shady Force agreeing with you there, Jax, that he thinks it's easier than forwards. Okay, TJ is TJ taking a death warp here?
At least trying. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think he was going to try to get out. Or no, I think he was trying to get to... trying to get to where the Kodongos were so he could get the death warp. So we had all 3 keys in the front, and then I think it was the map is what Qirn's about to find here.
Yes. All the keys, though.
All 3. No, it was compass. Close enough.
So now the question is, where does Qirn go from here? Sorry. Don't know why I thought incoherent. But where does Qirn go from now?
Because Incoherent's in chat with us.
That would be why. I blame Incoherent's presence on my inability. Okay, Qirn is going into Eastern. So... But first he's going to... oh yeah, there's that smell again. That smell of crushing disappointment from what he's about to find out he gets for the green pendant. Oh, he's fluting away.
This has to be lunch. No, he's going back into pod now.
Man, what is our runner's aversion to Eastern Palace? We started with the bow, ladies and gentlemen. Like, wow.
Like, one of the first things I asked was, do you risk Eastern? And both runners have been like, no, Jax, I don't. We're not risking Eastern.
No, not at all. And I remember saying in the beginning, I would consider it. Like...
I mean, the interesting thing is, it's possible we could find Lamp in Eastern, and all that really would do would be open up Meyer and Meyer. It would basically send them back to Meyer, because once we see what Helmassar has, if it's not Fire Rod, everything else... Oh, Desert. Did we find both items in Desert?
No. But Desert is fire locked, so yeah, as we were just saying. Yeah.
Alright, TJ made it through the Room of Death. And now on to Helmassar himself. Qirn gonna try to join him.
So, this... For a while there, it looked like Qirn had a decent lead, but now we're kind of neck and neck. Qirn has done more checks than TJ because Qirn has done. Oh my God. Has done the frog turn in, has not done purple chest. Here's a moment of truth on Helmosaurs, just bombs. It's got to be an Eastern or purple chest or catfish.
I almost feel like you check catfish. Now, like, this is the now or never point for catfish. You're either checking catfish now, or you're abandoning it and being last location, then TJ's going to abandon it in last location.
Yeah. Well, we know TJ's opinion on catfish.
This is true.
And for those of you who don't know, he hates it. I think that was clear from the context, but
I don't know which does TJ hate worse? Pendant Thieves Town or catfish?
probably catfish.
There's an inside joke I would give, but TJ's our friend, and I'd like to still remain his friend. Anyway, Qirn's working on his Helmosaur fight.
Ooh, that's close. Oh, he has a potion. Woo.
He got it. He got it in.
TJ has not checked Bumper Cave yet either. Yep, so you got to think TJ's going to do Smith Chain here. We'll see where Qirn goes after this, because without the mirror, it's not an easy thing to just mirror right back out of pod into Eastern Palace. And nope, Qirn says nope on the catfish too.
So if this fire rod's a catfish, I imagine both runners are going to last location that hard. Qirn, now Qirn's going to do Spike Cave, which we've seen TJ do. And what's that smell again?
It's the smell of crushing disappointment. So TJ going to turn in. Oh, TJ never checked dig spot. He's just going to find 10 stickers here, but.
Wait, I thought it was crushing disappointment.
Yeah. I mean, that's synonymous with only finding 10 arrows, is it not?
True.
Yes, we have seen a ped check. The ped is dead. And Lumberjack is a full heart. So we won't see any runners going to that. I believe we are now at Equipose here. I think both of our runners have checked everything the other runner has. So now, what do we do? It looks like Qirn is going back, likely for purple chest.
And I think TJ's going to do it too.
We are going to be neck and neck, almost sync here. Yeah, TJ did not do hammer pegs yet. He's going to do it when he goes to pick up the. He's going to do it when he goes to pick up the purple chest here. But that's correct, Antism. I was wrong about they've checked everything that the other one has checked. Man, this is it's all coming down to that fire rod, man.
It is all coming down to that fire rod.
Or because, but like there are ways that this could get like significantly painful though, right? Like if somebody finds the mirror, or if the lamp is what we find first rather than fire rod.
I mean, if we find the mirror here, then we've got a whole nother level of awfulness on our hands.
There's the lamp.
There's the lamp. Back to Mire you go.
Or desert. Or both.
Qirn's gonna do Mire.
Yeah.
TJ's about to get his lamp too.
So, man, we are very, very, very close right now. This is anyone's race. Even though Qirn has what might be a little bit under a minute advantage over TJ right now, that can change very quickly, very easily. We've seen both of our runners take unintended deaths so far in this game. Hard standard can put a hurting on you. And yep, they're both going into Misery Mire. So, wow.
Lamp was at Lunchbox Lemming. All right, Lamp checks incoming. We got all 3 keys in the compass in the first jaunt in here. And Qirn, there's that blue thing you need to hit. Now I feel a little bit better, because I've done that before. Usually I do it during cross keys, not during a standard race. But still, point being, what do we got in here? Oh!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, at 1 hour, 9 minutes, well, just call it an hour 10. Qirn and TJ are about to enter the mode of go. And it is all up to execution from here on out, boys and girls. As our runners have noted, the big key is in its vanilla location, so we have to take that painfully long cutscene before we go get it. And yeah, as Chet points out, I guess skipping Eastern was the play. We've been saying that all along, right, Dex? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
absolutely.
Sure.
We knew it was right all along. The play was mirrorless Smiths. That's fair and coherent.
Now, I'm gonna be honest. We've been having fun with TJ about the checks that he hates. The mirrorless Smith chain is one of the checks I hate the most.
So, King of Spies says, who do you think has better execution? Overall, I'd have to say Qirn, but you can never count out TJ. And also remember, we still have one significant routing decision left, and that is Ganon's Tower. So depending on the location of the key in Ganon's Tower, this race could easily hinge solely on which route one runner takes in Ganon's Tower.
And, the level of execution that both runners have, I don't think it would come down to execution, but it does also need to be pointed out, both runners only have one safety. And if they have to burn that potion going up the gauntlet for whatever reason, it's also entirely possible that, Ganon fall, run out of magic. There's things that could also swing this race. This is by no means over just because Qirn has a slight advantage.
That is absolutely 100% correct. But fortunately, though, our runners are as loaded with ammunition as they can be for this particular rule set. Both have found the Tempered Sword. They could still conceivably find more hearts, but I think they're good. They're good for now. TJ going to use the cape strats here. Don't blame him. But as far as safeties go, though, do recall that they do both have both the powder and the bug net, so they can fill their bottles with fairies if necessary. And I mean, look at that. There is less than a minute separating these two runners at this point.
All right, so we're gonna definitely see Desert next. I imagine you'll see Skullwoods after that, and then Turtle Rock. So I mean, the order of the dungeons is going to be pretty straightforward. It's really just a matter of both runners are going to do the same thing because both have been to Skullwoods, both have been to Desert, both have been to Turtle Rock. So, but both of them are going to enter with the same state that each dungeon is in.
Correct.
SpeedGaming 3 also rating us with a party of 33. How convenient with the threes.
It's almost as if they planned it.
Almost.
I mean, this is, like I said, this is so close. Whew. Man, we got Antisum, we got Digitude, we've got Nochi, we've got Marknificent TV, and if I've missed any of the rest of you, I apologize. Man, we really are taking over Speed Gaming 4, aren't we, Jex?
I mean, what about your other adamant Zephyr Blaze? I feel offended for
Who?
Zeph.
Who?
Zephyr, I feel offended for you.
Oh, and there's Wally too. There's Wally.
Russell also.
I mentioned Russell.
Oh, you did? I was more focused on...
At any rate, so...
Lambo fight.
Yeah, we'll take a look here, and this half magic certainly helps because that laser stick is fantastic against Landmalas. We'll do a time check at the crystal get, and we'll see approximately how 1:15:18 is the crystal get. We'll see what the difference is between our two runners once TJ does that.
Qirn having a little bit of trouble. Had to go through at least 1 or 2 cycles in order to get this done. TJ could gain a little bit of time if he can do it with the 1 cycle.
Yep.
Let's see.
Oh, he got that poke on one of them, and yeah, Landmo juking him there as well, so...
Still gets it done.
Yep. So TJ's crystal get is at 1:16:01, so... Wow. Definitely less than a minute. We're looking at about 43 seconds separating these two runners right now.
Qirn on his way to Skullwoods. I don't think you'll see either runner do any unnecessary checks at this point. They've got the hearts that they're going to get. Turtle Rock, they're going to have to look for keys, so they might pick some stuff up. But in terms of Qirn, you're going right to the off.
Yep. Same with TJ. Now, what'll be interesting here, one possible time save in Turtle Rock is whether you decide to skip the big chest. You can do that. You can risk that. I wonder, though, if any of our runners will be willing to take that risk. It is not terribly significant of a time save, but it is a good 10-15 seconds probably if it works out. The problem is if you're wrong, you're losing another minute.
Well, let's once Qirn gets done with Mothula, let's gameplay that out a little bit. Because Moth is no slouch. But again, as TJ once told me, the room is the boss. The Moth is the boss.
When 1746, Qirn gets his crystal from the Moth. See if TJ gains any time here. Moth not playing well with others, as it is wont to do.
There we go, though.
And yeah, 1:18:20, so yeah, it looks like TJ made up just a little bit of time, and Qirn gets dead rocked there, but luckily he can just fall off the cliff.
Yeah, so anyway, Turtle Rock. So, before the big chest, you have to find 2 keys and a big key. If you find them before the lava chest, you can skip it. If you're in that 2 plus the big going into the lava chest, the one scenario where you can get screwed by that is if the 3rd key is in the in the lava chest, and the 4th key is in the big chest. Otherwise, more often than not, you're going to find a key in the crystal roller room or on Laser Bridge. But if you have to do lava chest in order to get the big key, then they'll skip the big chest, because I would assume at that point it would be like that.
So Qirn entered Turtle Rock at 1:19:19, almost exactly. Oh, TJ having a little bit of trouble there with the spin speed.
Qirn also losing a little bit of time going the wrong way.
30 seconds. TJ entered at 1:19:49. TJ has gained 10 seconds on Qirn in the last 2 dungeons.
And at 1:20 even, Qirn goes into the roller room. TJ's probably about to gain a little bit more time if he doesn't do the same mistake Qirn did. So with that mistake, TJ goes in the door at 23 seconds. So
that was a 7-second gain right there.
And that's why this race is by no means over.
Ooh, man.
Alright, there's the big key. So 2 in the big. Both runners did the spike room chest and that's where they both got red shield.
Yeah, they've both been in here before. Man, this is a nail biter. Ladies and gentlemen, if you bought an entire seat, I don't know why, because you only need the edge. This is so close at this point. It is almost definitely going to come down to Ganon's Tower routing, unless by some streak of luck, both of these runners decide to go exactly the same route through GT. But this is so close right now.
One thing that's also going to play a factor in this is that neither runner has the mirror. So once they find the big key, there is also going to be that factor of normally with Rando, you got the mirror, you find the big key, you immediately mirror and go back and start the gauntlet. Now, if they find big key and still don't find mirror along the way, there's going to be that factor of getting back to the front. Now, both runners will have to do it, but you can take into consideration things like number of hearts, so amount of damage needed to get to the Death Warp, different things like that. Execution is going to be huge coming down down here.
Absolutely. TJ about to head into Crystal Roller Room here, get that $20 and be very upset that it wasn't a key. Both the runners are going to have to do Laser Bridge. However, they both have an invincibility item and half magic. Not too much trouble there for Laser Bridge.
All right, Laser Bridge, here we go. 10 bombs. 300.
Who cares at this point? There's the key. TJ right behind him. Oh, man.
Qirn does not have... Qirn has an empty bottle, but does have powder and fairy, so he can fill it up.
Oh no, TJ's got to be careful here. He's down to 1 heart on Laser Bridge. Luckily, he has the cape, but
he's gonna lose a little bit of time because I assume he's gonna
get powder fairy. Yep.
Powder to get health, but that's gonna cost him a little bit of time, and every second counts right now.
Absolutely. Now Qirn has some lag on the floor there. Qirn's down to 2 hearts with no safeties left, I don't think.
And he just realized it.
And more lag on the floor. Now, all he's got to do is spam. Yeah, okay, so the head is down. Oh, no, it's not down. Now it's down. Okay. I think Qirn is probably okay from here on out, though.
TJ, meanwhile, having a better time with Trinex. There we go. Down goes Trinex for Qirn.
Ooh, that was close. TJ with the perfect Trinex kill there at final stage.
So that is 7 crystals, and that means we like to play a little game right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are 22 chests in Ganon's Tower in which the big key could possibly be. Unfortunately, I don't know that we have a mod that can start the... There it is! There it is! Get your guesses in the chat right now. If you guess correctly, you will win totally real internet points that will totally allow you to buy something. Yes. Right, so Qirn walks in at 125.20. TJ walks in at 125. There's the big key, 33, but the big key, Hope Room is the ultimate Hope Room. TJ is going to go that way too. We have the big key and 1 key in Hope Room. The race is on. The race is on.
And some guy that you refuse to acknowledge named Zephyr Blaze, he guessed 1, so he gets those lucky internet points.
Who? GG, Zeph.
Alright, so here we go.
And see what we have now. We have Qirn having a little bit of trouble here with Mimic Room. TJ not doing the quickest strats here for the first Mimic Room, though. And every little thing like that, like one of those arrows hit the trap. That's a time loss. We are seconds apart here. TJ also having a little bit of trouble with Mimic Room too, but he makes up for it. Oh my gosh.
All right, 124.43, Qirn enters the gauntlet. 126.43, Qirn enters the gauntlet.
Looks like TJ is going to just use his cape to dash across at once. Nicely done there.
127.03.
This gauntlet can be tricky, but Qirn had a very nice gauntlet here. Let's see if he can have a little bit better Landmo 2 than he had Landmo 1 earlier in the game.
Oh, he gets 2 of them. Still gonna have to go through the cycle, gets it done.
TJ, the horse head there in that gauntlet room, giving TJ a lot of problems. That's a couple second time loss. TJ taking a couple second time loss to powder that fairy too, although I can't really blame him. Does not get all 3 Landmos at once. A lot of times when you powder that fairy, all 3 Landmos will appear at the same time, allowing you to hit them all with 1 big spin, which means you only have to hit them 1 more time with, say, the Fire Rod. That did not work out there for TJ. TJ taking a 3-cycle Landmo here. That is another time loss. Now, remember, we do still have a couple great equalizers here. One of those being Trolldorm 2, another one being Aga 2, and of course the big pig fight. So there is still a whole lot of... There's still a whole lot of race left to play here, but this is... I'm so speechless here.
I'm going ahead and opening the chest. Just gets bombs.
I wonder what he might have been looking for.
maybe a piece of heart or a heart container. I don't know. But here comes Trolldorm's revenge. Chat also said, "Oh, that chat also. My name is not actually Dewey. Then what actually is your name, by the way? He's looking for a potion because he doesn't have any safeties.
Aha.
He has that one magic meter, and that's it.
So luckily he has half magic. So.
Yes, that will help. TJ has a blue pot, though, so if TJ runs out of magic, he's fine. If Qirn runs out of magic, well, GG.
Yep. Alright, TJ also gets by Trolldorm 2. I don't know if that was a double or a triple. I think it was probably a double first round. Missing second round on Aghanim here.
Oh, chat saying TJ has a fairy. There we go.
All right, Aga 2 down. Let's see how TJ does on Aga.
Only gets a single there.
Yeah, misses the double that first round, but this should be a setup for an easy triple if Aghanim hadn't shot a blue ball. But there's a triple.
All right, he's going to save one cycle on Aga 2, but Qirn's first in.
Yep. So is he going to get the... He does get that spin off of the trident. Now remember, Ganon Hugs here will take 8 hearts. Qirn with a nice bonk there to avoid. This is a fantastic phase 2.
Oh, but he gets hugged!
He gets hugged. Oh my. He cannot take another hit. And Silverless Ganon, those bats in phase 4 can definitely reach out and touch you. So TJ is not going to get nearly as nice a phase 2. Yeah, Ganon does not have a good position for phase 2 for TJ, so TJ is going to lose time here against Qirn, but man, if a single bat reaches out and touches Qirn here, that is likely gain.
You need 12 Tempered Sword spins to win. That's 3 for Qirn.
If Qirn manages not to get hit, this is his race. But a single hit will
he
end.
missed there.
Oh my! This is all up to TJ right now. If he can survive this Ganon fight, he is going to win this match and take the set from Qirn. TJ just needs to go slow and steady right now. And again, but don't forget, the same thing that just happened to Qirn could absolutely happen to TJ here. Or he could take a death, or he could fall off. Definite clenching going on here. Not only the commentators, not only the runners, but also everyone viewing it. Much clenching. TJ almost got hit by that bat there. Oh my lord.
TJ has it!
Well, wait, he could still fall. He could still fall. Please, Lord, do not fall here, TJ.
And with that, TjMaelstrom finishes with an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 24 seconds, and moves on to brackets. Spam those GGs in chat.
What a race. What a race. Oh my gosh. That was one of the most exciting finishes I've ever had to call.
And I will go ahead and report that unfortunately Qirn has decided to go ahead and forfeit.
You can't really blame him for that. I mean, oh my God, I can't imagine. I don't know if Qirn's going to feel up to an interview after this or not. But
reading in the race time chat, he's saying that I got to run to go prep now, and so no interview. TJ says that's okay. I hope you and your well, I may be spoiling something, so I'm just going to not say anything because I don't know what they may be.
Qirn is here. Hello, Qirn.
Okay,
you ended
cool.
up having some time?
Yeah.
Come on in here.
Come on in here, man.
What a race.
Hold on. We're in SpeedGaming 4. Let me see if you guys got the invites.
Ladies and gentlemen, while my co-commentator checks out and sees if we can get oh no, there we are. We are joined by Qirn. Qirn.
Wait a minute.
Oh man.
Wait a minute. We may have a problem here because I think. Hold on.
I have a Qirn in the chat right now. Say hi.
So
Qirn.
we have a Qirn, but I'm checking. Okay, there we go.
We just sent out the link, yeah. So I think TJ's probably one. But yeah, I ended up having some time. I'm prepping for a special day today. It is my girlfriend's 1 billionth second alive, so I am trying to. I was like, oh, I'm glad it's a short one, so I could go prep a little bit. Hey, good game.
Good game.
TJ, Qirn, you guys have got to quit doing this to old men like me. Our hearts can't take it.
Fine. How are you?
I'm fine here. We're all fine.
Good. Smokey forgot him.
Hey, TJ, you're moving on to brackets though.
Death wins Indy 500. Didn't know he could run that fast.
So that, man, you guys, Qirn had a bit of a lead because TJ, TJ had a bit of a lead because Qirn had a lead because TJ, you decided to do Pen at Thieves Town. But the longer we kept going without finding Lamp, which led to Fire Rod, you guys basically just evened out in doing all the different checks. You both were like neck and neck going into getting Purple Chest into Mire for Go mode.
Yeah, and coming out of Mire, there was about around a 1 minute difference. Coming out of Turtle Rock, it was going into Ganon's Tower, it had gone from like 47 seconds to 30 seconds. And it kept shortening, but then Qirn got to Ganon before you. He had a much better round 2 on Ganon, but he got hugged, had 2 hearts, and then what was it? It was a fire bat that hit you and took you out, Qirn. And that was the difference.
Yeah, that was frustrating. I think that the real problem started on Trinex, and that's like the 3rd time I've botched that quick kill, and I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, and so I had to use the potion there. I think it was, or no, that was Helma. I can't remember exactly. No, what happened.
It was.
No, I think it was on Helma. I used the potion. Yeah, so I got a bad pattern there, and I just couldn't slash him. I tried to dash turn, and it didn't work. But anyway, I guess I could have popped on a cape, but I was like, I'll use the potion. I'm not going to need it. So I feel like that's where it started to go bad. And then, the Ganon hug. I don't know how I hugged Ganon there. I guess I was trying to dodge a fire bat and thought I had more hitbox. But yeah, it's a sad way to lose right on Ganon there. It makes your heart break. But
I can imagine. Oh my gosh, that stinks.
It honestly is more painful the fact that I died on Ganon than the fact that that's what made me lose. I would be just as disappointed whether I won or lost. I'd be like, what is up with that? So I haven't shouted that loud in a while, but you had to get it out of your system. Good game, TJ, and this is undefeated for you, right?
Somehow I managed to go through the group stage without a loss. I don't know how I would manage that. That's seems good for me.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks.
You're doing great, TJ and Qirn. I mean, you're not done yet. You've still got the 2-3 match for the second chance. So you're still alive heading into brackets in your group.
Yeah, that's true. Which I was kind of hoping to be in TJ's position and just get to to get to take next week off because I'm in grad school right now, so it's hard to find time to play the game. But
I work for the New York City Department of Education, and next week I'm going back to in person, so it's probably a good time to not have to worry about a tournament for me.
Yeah, that's really convenient. But anyway, sorry to jump in and jump out, but I do have to go continue to prep.
No, absolutely. I just wanted to say hello. You have something important to go from a man who's been married for 19 years. Yes, it's important. Go.
Thank you.
Qirn, have a wonderful time, and I hope you make it through the next few brackets, man.
I appreciate it.
While Qirn is making his exit, let's be sure to also give Qirn a follow on Twitch. And as we were saying that this is the Crystal Company takeover of the Speed Gaming network of channels, we had fun at TJ's expense, but Qirn, you're also a valued member of the Crystal Company, and we're hope that you get to move on to brackets as well.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, good luck, TJ.
Thank you. So Pendant Thieves TJ, eat it.
Yeah, we were talking about that because when you went through Thieves Town, and we were holding out hope because we didn't know what the green pendant was. You took a while to turn in the green pendant, and we're like, maybe it won't be that bad. Oh, nope, it's that bad.
It's that bad.
Yeah, TJ's hate for pendants Thieves Town increases.
Yeah. So my thought process behind that was with such a low heart count and without a single fire source to maybe push me through some of the rougher parts of Pod, I opted to go to the Dark World Village of Outcasts first, with the intention of doing Thieves Town. And then it turned out to be a pendant. So I was kind of married to that idea, and when I saw it was green pendant, and there was only one item in the front, I told myself, let me try to overcome my bias for this awful dungeon that I really, really hate it when it's a pendant, and maybe I could find something that will at least help me and assist me or push me through, or maybe I'll find something else important. And I didn't, and I felt really, really behind, and I pushed all the way into Pod after that, and I found the hook shot, and I thought about just straight up leaving Pod right away, and I said, you know what, I got this big key, I got this blue potion, maybe I can eke past this room, and I didn't.
So you know that both you and Qirn died in Turtle Room and Pod, and both of you left after that.
That is fascinating.
Yeah, both died in Turtle Room. Yeah,
that is absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
Oh, so
and we were all wondering for the whole time too. Is why didn't anybody ever check Eastern? Because we're sitting here, I was like, can't find the fire rod. Nobody's finding the fire rod. Nobody's checking Eastern, and so many of us were like, it's got to be an Eastern. Then it wasn't an Eastern.
Well, I didn't honestly believe any fire would be in Eastern, because at that point when I had gotten as far as I did without a lamp, I'm like, this thing is buried because it is locking stuff. There's fire locking fire here. So I opted for more fringe checks. I did Ice Palace, and because I think I needed to rush it, I skipped Ice Tea Room and I missed an item, and that was a little worrying for a while. Then I took a shot at Misery Mire without fire, and after that, it's okay.
Qirn.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I need to do something else I really, really hate to do. So I went to do Myth Chain.
Yep, and that ended up being the answer.
And when I felt a little bit better about my life when I found that lamp on Purple Chest, I'm not gonna lie to you, I felt a little bit better, and I just honestly can't believe it was this close.
Yeah,
Ganonfall made the difference.
That is crazy. I'm glad I at least made a race out of it. It stinks to lose because of a Ganon death from your opponent. It stinks to win because of a Ganon hit from your opponent. But win's a win. Did he do Pendant Thieves Town?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we reached parity. Just he had slightly better execution and one flub.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Pretty much. But you were making up time until he had a darn near flawless Phase 2 Ganon. You had a little bit of trouble there, and that's where the gap really started to widen, and your gains kind of disappeared.
Yeah, I didn't quite get into position the way I wanted to, and then by the time I had wiggled my way into something, it was too late, and then the next the next spot was pretty bad, and I'm like, this could be terrible. But if I lose here, I made a race out of it. So there you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to pretty much do it for this broadcast. Coming up here on Speed Gaming 4 in about 5 minutes, we're going to, on Speed Gaming in about 5 minutes is going to be the Super Metroid Rando League 2021. We have another Link to the Past randomizer tournament race coming up on here on Speed Gaming 4 right after this. So we need to hop out of here so we can turn it over to the next set of commentators. But ladies and gentlemen, I am going to go ahead and sign off, get the last words from my co-com and our victor here today. But before I do, I would like to remind everybody that if you enjoyed what you saw here today, and how could you not have, to give these runners a follow here on Twitch. Qirn and TjMaelstrom, as always, they are putting in hard work for your entertainment. Another shout out again to B-Links for providing the tracking for this race. As I've mentioned before earlier in the race, absolutely essential component of the broadcast here and a fantastic value added for everyone who is watching. Also, give all of the Speed Gaming channels a follow here on Twitch, Speed Gaming 1 through 6 for more randomizer action. I have been Phantom Ryu. This has been the Crystal Company takes over Speed Gaming 4. It has been a pleasure to call this race. Jex, high five for the co-coms. I am signing off. Last word to you two, gentlemen.
We'll see you next mission.
May the Schwartz be with you.